Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and literature-loving people. It is a pleasure to be here today to welcome you all to the 8th edition of Odisha Art and Literature Festival 2023. As you know, this is a 3-day festival of letters, and we have a great lineup of speakers and activities, panel discussion, book releases, interviews, poetry reading, and cultural activities for you. I am thrilled to be a part of this festival, and I am sure we are all in for an exciting 3-day celebration. We come together to share ideas from eminent literary personalities, learn from them and interact with them. Today is the first day, and we will start from inauguration of the event in presence of great literary personalities of the country. We have with us distinguished guests for the opening session, Sri Mahesh Dattani, eminent theatre personality, Mili Aishwarya, Nirmala Kanti Bhattacharya, Sukriti Pal Kumar, Satya Mahanti, and Manu Das. I request all these guests to please come to the dais. Sir, we will now request our guests to inaugurate this festival by lighting the lamp and offering flower to Lord Jagannath. Now I request our volunteers to present flower bouquet to our guests. Thank you. Now I request the director of the festival, Sri Manu Das, to present a brief introduction of this festival and formally welcome our esteemed guests.
Good morning, everybody. Honorable guests on the dais and a writers fraternity of the dais, I heartily welcome you all to this 8th Odisha Art and Literature Festival 2023 in Bhubaneswar. I have nothing to say when whole world is turmoiling with so much pain. What a writer can do, I was thinking, and this is what perhaps the central theme of our festival today. I welcome our keynote address speaker and chief guest, Mahesh Dattani, the eminent playwright of the country, and for whom we are proud of, being the first Sahitya Academy winner for his play Final Solution. Long back, I still remember. And it is a dream comes true when Mahesh agreed to come in spite of his busy schedule. And I think only 1 week back he was directing plays in US, and every day he's in some part of the country. Mili Aishwarya, who is the publisher of the prestigious publishing house Penguin India, she has also graced the occasion on our request. We are grateful. And you can see one of my old friends, मेरा बड़ा बहन है, दोस्त है, सुकृता Paul Kumar, daughter of esteemed writer Joginder Paul, who is an eminent writer in Urdu, and nobody knows that she is also an expert in Urdu literature. Besides English, she writes in English, though she does not write in Urdu. I do not have any knowledge. And she is now the editor of Indian Literature, that is a prestigious magazine in the country that publishes and makes its presence throughout the country. Nirmal Kanti Bhattacharya, I don't think that he needs any introduction. He is so popular in the country and known to each and every writer fraternity in Odisha. उनको तो मिलने के लिए होड़ लग जाता है गेस्ट हाउस में, from senior writers to junior. I am so glad, and he is the director of Yogi Books now. Earlier he was the editor of Indian Literature. With his presence, certainly we are so proud. Besides, the person, Satya Mahanti, who is a senior civil servant turned writer since last 10 years almost. He is prolific writing, he is a playwright, poet, fiction writer, a well-known columnist he is published in almost all Indian English newspaper. He is always my friend, philosopher, guide, everything. मैं उनको और क्या बताऊं, तहे दिल से मैं शुक्रिया तो बता रहा हूं without even telling that. And here I welcome the writer fraternity who have come from long distances, like from Singapore. We tried to invite him since last couple of years. Alvin Piang, he's a great poet in the field of English poems, and he's a critic and a very good poet. When you listen, you will know what I have told. Two of my best friends and a great poet from Israel, C.P. Levin Byron, and her illustrious husband, and a poet too, and an administrator. Rabi Byron is also here in spite of all these problems in their country. Besides this, Sonia Manoj Lovik, I cannot pronounce, my apology, I cannot pronounce properly. She has trained me yesterday 3-4 times, but I could not tell her. Another is Lana Derkak, I tell, but that is also wrong pronunciation. I failed to. In spite of that, they have come first time to Odisha, though Lana is a frequent visitor to India. Here is a good friend of mine who was in the background, helped me, Ajay MK. We are all good friends since more than 2 decades. He is a very big HR person. He was head of Colgate and many Unilever and many other countries. Now he is in Hong Kong. He is a good management speaker. And here is Mautushi Mukherjee from Penguin. She is the commissioning editor. Anybody can take the advantage of meeting her, speaking about their prospective plan. And we are also delighted to inform you that we will be honoring today 4 eminent playwrights of the country, state. Mr. Anant Mahapatra is a Doyen playwright. Satyavrat Raut, who has worked all through the country and made a mark in his directing and writing the plays. Dhira Malik, who leads since more than 35 years this Satabdira Kalakar. Besides this, we have among us the illustrious son of Vishwajit Das. His name is Samanjas Das, who is a not only promoter of plays, he is also a wonderful translator of plays. And we are grateful they accepted our invitation and come here. And I hope all these 3 days there will be good deliberation and debate on various issues on poetry and other genre of literature. I welcome you all, express my gratitude to the great authors who have come and make this one happening in a meaningful way. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Now, Manu Babu has already welcomed the guests and said few lines about our esteemed guests. Now I will introduce all our esteemed guests here. We have with us Sri Mahesh Dattani. He is a playwright, stage director and mentor. His works as a playwright have been translated and performed in many languages across India and abroad. For his anthology, Final Solutions and Other Plays, Dattani received the Sahitya Academy Award, the highest literary award in India for a literary work. His works as a director include an adaptation of English of Tagore's story Chokher Bali for Barnard College, Columbia University, an adaptation of Lorca's Blood Wedding for ICS Theatre, New Jersey, Snapshots of a Fervid Sunrise, written and directed by him. Recently, he worked with This Is Not a Theatre Company in New York to write and direct an audio play. A Little Drop of Heaven, which was picked by the New York Times as among the top 5 things to catch in New York. To quote the New York Times of A Little Drops of Heaven, this lyrical work elicits the perfect amount of warmth needed during a chilly winter night. His film work as a writer and director includes Mango Shuffle and Morning Raga. He is the artistic director of Playpen Performing Arts Trust, a group dedicated to mentoring and producing new works for the theatre. He lives in Mumbai, India. He has come from Mumbai. We are very much thankful to him for his kind presence. And we have with us Sri Nirmalakanti Bhattacharya. Nirmalakanti Bhattacharya taught English literature in GC College, Silchar, Guwahati, and comparative literature in Jadavpur University. He was regional secretary of Sahitya Academy's Eastern Regional Office at Kolkata and the director of the National Book Trust at Delhi. Later, he also worked as the editor of Sahitya Academy's prestigious journal, Indian Literature, and as the director of K.K. Birla Foundation, New Delhi. From 2013 to 2016, he worked as the editorial consultant of the multi-volume documentation project of the Rashtrapati Bhavana. An accomplished translator from Bengali into English and vice versa, his English translations of fictions of Rabindranath Tagore, Mahasweta Devi, Sunil Gangopadhyay, Manik Bandyopadhyay, and Shirshendu Mukhopadhyay have all been very well received. He has also translated a Kannada short story collection of U.R. Ananthamurthy and a Marathi novel by Biswas Patil into Bengali in collaboration with the original authors. Sri Nirmala Kanti Bhattacharya. We are very much thankful to Sri Bhattacharya. He has come to attend this festival. And we have with us Sukrita Paul Kumar, poet, critic and artist. Sukrita Paul Kumar, born in Kenya, has published several collections of poems, translations and critical books. Her most recent collections of poems are Salt and Pepper, Vanishing Words and Dreamcatcher, an invited poet at the International Writing Program, USA, and a poet in residence in Hong Kong. She is a former fellow of IIAS Simla, a recipient of many fellowships and residencies. She held the prestigious Aruna Asaf Ali Chair at the University of Delhi. Currently, she is the guest editor of the journal Indian Literature and co-editor of Writer in Context series of volumes being published by Routledge, UK. And we have with us Milli Aishwarya. She is the publisher of the adult publishing group at Penguin Random House, India. During her career, she has published a range of bestsellers across genres. An award-winning publisher, her focus has been on championing diverse voices, discovering talented debut writers, and building on the inclusive program at Penguin Random House, India. And we have our advisor, Sri Satya Mahanti. Dr. Satya Mahanti, a former officer of the Indian Administrative Service, was the Union Education Secretary as well as Secretary General of the National Human Rights Commission. He has also held several senior positions in the government of Composite Andhra Pradesh, a state in the Indian Union. He has authored a book of essays in Odia, Aina Micho Kuhena, The Mirror Does Not Lie, and 2 books of poems in English, Dancing on the Edge and Migrants Chronicle and Pandemic Musings. He has a novel, a book of short stories, and a book of plays which are under publication. He is a columnist writing regularly on economic and socio-political issues. Mahanti was an Edward S. Mason Fellow in Harvard University and a Spurs visiting scholar in Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge. He has been an adjunct professor in 2 universities and is a leading public communicator. He lives in Delhi. And the festival director, Manu Das, is a bilingual poet, author, translator, editor, publisher, and curator of Odisha Art and Literature Festival. He joined Onam Poetry Movement in 1974. He was closely associated with Kumar Mahanti. He has more than 30 books published in English and Odia, including the poetry collection, A Brief History of Silence. Thank you. Now, we'll inaugurate our Onam collection that is in English, the first English version of Onam poetry.
In fact, as an editor of this magazine, I am grateful to many of the important, eminent authors, those who have contributed in a short span, and most of them are also present here, and we are so grateful to them. Thank you.
Now, I request Dr. Satya Mahanti, advisor of our festival.
Dignitaries on the dais and friends. This year's festival theme is war and literature. War is the dominant theme in 3 cultures at least, the Greeks, the Romans and the Hebrews. Iliad and the Odyssey reflect the culture of war. Uh, there are speakers here who will talk about war and literature. And after the professors have joined, my job has become very light because they will take care of it. So let me talk about the war the organizers are faced for putting up the 8th edition of OALF. Organization of an event of this type involves struggle on one hand, but on the other hand, we see the courage of Manu Babu, sacrifice and the loyalty of many characters whose name is not being mentioned, but we acknowledge it, and the festival has happened. Today reminds me of Santi Parva in Mahabharata, the 12th canto, 12th canto of Mahabharata, the Indian epic. So after the war is over, after our war is over, we are reflecting on many aspects of, we will be reflecting on many aspects of literature. Often the war has been romanticized in literature, like the Rupert Brooke's poem, The Soldier. If I should die, think only this of me, that there is some corner of the foreign field that is forever England. So it is a way to connect the experience and the hope of the soldiers who are often far away from home with those remaining at home. The war poetry helps people to face the grim reality of war and to make sense of the soldier's sacrifice. That's one side of it. There is another side. The horror and the futility of the war as captured by Wilfred Wayne's Futility. Was it for this the clay grew tall? Oh, what made fatuous sunbeam toil to break earth's sleep at all? Still more macabre picture is that of the atomic bomb. On the 8th of August 1945, right after Hiroshima bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, Edith Sitwell wrote, "The darts to the new sunrise. A living blind and seeing dead together lie, as if in love. There is no more hating then, and no more love. Gone is the heart of the man." So while there will be talks on the war's impact on literature, at this point of time, we are reflective, contrite, and hopeful for the festival to Basan. Manu Babu is like the Pitama Bhisma and the giver of the message, and the Yudhishthira, the receiver of the message, rolled into one. Mr. Mahesh Dattani, Nirmalda, Millie Asarya, Professor Sukrita Paul are wise people who have gathered after we have weathered the storm to take the critical debate to the next level and take the discussion forward. As the advisor of the festival, my hope and attempt was for our war to be averted or to be over. I am glad that this festival curates some of the new features, like the literary quiz for the children. It is basic children or the college students? College students. And it's basically to enlarge the participation in this festival and taking it beyond the elite level of participation. There are many overseas friends here who have taken the pains to travel to Bhubaneswar. I wish them comfortable stay, enjoyable time, and a fulfilling sojourn here. I hope all of you will have an enjoyable 3 days in this festival. As they say in theatre, as Mr. Mahesh Dattani, the best known and the best acclaimed English playwright from India, has blessed us with his presence, I am turning a little theatrical. Okay. So, as they say in theatre, let the show begin, and more importantly, let it be better than ever before. And in the spirit of India, there is something called Santi Mantra from Upanishad, which they said that, what they say, Om Sahana Bhavatu, Om Sahana Bhunaktu. What is the third line? Karava Sahana Karava Vahe. So that means let together understand and take it forward. Let the brilliance of understanding permeate us and let not misunderstanding create hostilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mahanti. Now I request Nirmala Kanti Bhattacharya to speak a few words.
This is my umpteenth visit to Odisha, but my first visit to OALF. Courtesy my young friend Manu Das. I have been hearing about Odisha Art and Literature Festival for the last few years, and the writers, poets and scholars who have visited here, they have reported that it's a very intense festival. And I was wondering that maybe one of these days I will also attend this. And I was welcomed by a gush of rain last afternoon, but again this morning it was bright and sunny. And as the advisor to the festival, not the director, mentioned that we have already weathered the storm and we would be perhaps having a very interesting and engaging festival. Sometimes it is argued by many people, often talk a little disparagingly about the literature festivals, that it mushroom growth of literature festivals everywhere around. I have often thought that we might take it as a rather positive sign, rather than denouncing it as a mushroom growth. Positive sign in the sense that at least something is happening around literature, and at least some people who are not really onto literature are getting exposed to it. And this might perhaps help in the propagation of reading habit of people. That is what I often talk about, the book fairs and book festivals also. The more book fairs, the more book festivals, the more lit fests are there in the country, I think it is better for not only the future of literature, but also for people and youngsters in general. Because it is often said that the growth of a country, of a nation, is directly proportional to the growth of the human resource factor. So long live Litfests and long live Manu Das. Thank you.
Now I request Millie Madam to speak a few words.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. I was telling some of my fellow panelists that I love Orissa. I've been here only a few times, but every time I come here from Delhi, I feel the difference. It's a very culturally rich place, and I'm very excited to meet new writers from here. As you would know, I work for Penguin, and one of the things that I'm very keen on is to find local voices, new writers from across the country, and Orissa definitely is at the top of my mind. So I'm here with my colleague Motishi. We are lucky to have writers like Mahesh and Manu already writing for us, but my hope is that many more of you will also take this opportunity and tell your stories. I found out that the theme of this festival is war and literature, and with all that is going around us, I think it is a very relevant theme. There is a lot to think about, write about, and I think literature always plays a very important part in reminding us and recording what happened. So as we go on and we are here talking about books and literature, I think there's a lot of other things happening across which will find its way in terms of stories, poems, novels, and so on. And I think that is a very good way of not forgetting, because I think often we forget, but such things definitely leave a mark. In that context, I think I'm also very happy, and I think what we have in India is special. We are a very diverse country with so many languages, different cultures, but we do assimilate and we're all here together, also from different parts of the country and some from outside India. So I think we should all nourish that, nurture that, and celebrate that. And I think that is also something that we'll be able to do here today. So keep reading and keep reading with Penguin. Thank you very much.
Now I request Madam Sukrita Pal Kumar to speak a few words.
Good morning, everyone. My esteemed panelists, and also definitely the director and the advisor to the conference, or rather festival. I don't feel like using the word conference at all anyway, because I'm sick and tired of conferences where a lot of brain work seems to be happening very pretentiously many times, and I've been part of that, right? So, but to have the idea of a festival, I think it makes all the difference, even if it is a festival on the theme of war. We are not warring, but at the same time, we know as literateurs that one of the most important things is to not just think of the grand war, the grand battles, like the historians used to think of or still are. And there was this whole school of thought that came up of subaltern thinking, even in history. So it's history from below kind of thing. But literature's always been doing that. Literature's always been looking at little battles, and battles in the moment that happen, every moment, little battles with our emotions, with our thoughts, with life in general. And how do we become more and more of a stoic to live it out all? We don't want to be fed with the politics in the way that media keeps feeding us about what power games are going on. We want to defy that. And we don't want to defy it by battling with it, by another warfare. We want to defy it through literature, quietly, gently, subtly, in a humanitarian way. And that's the aim, isn't it? Use the human sentiment in a positive way to counter the negative. And so thank you very much, Manu. I know you are, I was going to say a one-man army, but I don't want to use the war terminology. So it's again positive energy that he's bringing to. He's battling with himself. Sometimes I notice how there are so many things that he's trying to manage, and I don't know how his nerves are intact, because I would lose it. I would definitely lose it, or I would hide under the cover and start writing poetry, And so thank you very much for giving us an occasion to be together. One of the aims, as Nirmalda very rightly put it, when we all come together. You see, literateurs do not have trade unions. We don't have trade unions. But this is how we come together. So it's the community of writers, poets, listeners, readers, that has to become larger and larger. Let there not be any politics in this. Straightforward, heart-to-heart conversation, quietly through silence. Use words to create silence. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. I request Sri Mahesh Dattani for his deliberation.
Well said, Sukrita. Yes, I think we should do away with the word army, because it has arms in it, arms as an astra shastra. So I think, Manu, we should call you the one-man disarmy. In your disarming way, you are creating spaces for us. So thank you so much for that. Bertolt Brecht, the famous German dramatist who grew up in the times when the Third Reich was just coming into power, when he was in school, he was probably 14 or 15 at that time, he put in an essay as part of his assignment, And in that he said that all war is propaganda. And he said anyone who can understand the truth behind this propaganda, any sane person will not want to join an army. And he was almost expelled from school. I think it was because his parents had some influence that he stayed on. But I'm most certain that his political theater that he grew up with had something to do with his school assignment and his near expulsion. So yes, we are poets and we are writing in times of war. But again, as Brecht, going back to Brecht, it's something he said much later on, that in the years to come, people are not going to ask why the war was fought. What they will ask is, why were the poets silent? And I think it is our job, union or not, for us to fight the final battle, the battle for peace. And so much of brilliant writing has come questioning the whole nature of war and violence. And I would just like to take this time to read a poem by John Lennon. It's lyrics from his famous song, Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Dattani. With this inauguration session is over, and we'll have our panel discussions henceforth. On this special occasion, we are honored to be joined by literary luminaries who have made significant contribution to the field. Their presence elevates the prestige of this festival. We would like to extend our profound appreciation to our distinguished guests. Thank you for bringing your distinguished presence to this event. Thank you, sir. We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, partners, organizers who have made this event possible. Without their support, we would not be able to provide this unique opportunity to all of you. Let us give them a big round of applause. JM Baxi, NMDL, Evas Buildcon, Jindal, Power and Steel. Thank you, sir.